All right, let's listen to this one. She's been divorced for 20 years, but still calls her husband while he's already on wife number 4. Oh, yeah, y'all. Oh, yeah, y'all, this one. She's been divorced for 20 years, but still calls him her husband while he's already on wife number 4. This is better than listening to fucking shit about Shy and Brian.
My question is, I'm a proud member of the First Wives Club. And my husband is on wife number 3 or 4. And I'm trying to figure out why after 20 years of being divorced, why is he on wife number and I'm single?
Because you're worried about what he's doing.
I was about to say that too.
Go ahead, Donnie.
No, ma'am.
Why are you even aware of what number wife this man is on?
Because he still lives in the house that we lived in.
Do you live there too?
No, ma'am.
That is no longer your home. That's his home with his second wife, his third wife, and his fourth wife. You are still single because you are following behind his business. You have not spiritually disconnected, emotionally disconnected, or mentally disconnected.
If you're his garment and you don't say what he did as to why you really got a divorce, and you allow him to have wife number 2, 3, 4.
Allowed?
All right. First is the title. You say you're the first wife versus his ex-wife. All right. That's the first piece.
I call him my husband.
Right. So first piece is you'd have to divorce him psychologically. All right. And then you have to set, whenever we're talking about heartbreak, you have to set a date for healing. All right. And when it's hard, because let's keep it real. Has anyone ever struggled when someone broke up with you? It was difficult for you to move on?
Meg Thee Stallion. Sorry.
I mean, everyone laughing. All right.
Not 20 years difficult.
But it's still there. It's still there.
20
it's still there.
Difficult. I am sorry.
Hey, listen,
this highlights the importance of emotionally breaking up and divorcing as well. Because sometimes we physically break up with a person and we assume just because their physical presence isn't in our life, that emotional presence and that spiritual presence isn't there. And sometimes you got to shade the out of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that, because if you don't, what happens is you now start to have a relationship with a ghost. Hold on, listen. You are loving the ghost of this man. And let me tell you something. You've been having this relationship with the ghost of who he once was. You call that man your husband. Hold on, listen. So you have had a relationship with the ghost of this man for so long, it appears real to you. And let me tell you this. This is why every man that tries to come in your life is haunted by the demon you didn't expel. These thoughts, these behaviors, you have to change within yourself. But that's first letting go of that ghost you are now in love with.
Lord help your people. First of all, how old is that woman? I'm about to play it again. How old is that woman that you sitting up here talking about husband? That's what babies talk like until they are able to enunciate better. Child, you still want that man. You still interested in that man. Child, it's over. As soon as he married the next person, it was like, that was your clue to move on, child. That was definitely the first clue to move on. The second or the third wife, definitely time to, she over here talking about I was in the First Wives Club. Girl, so the fuck what? What's that get you? Child, what does that get you? Now that he done got married, if something happens to him, that money goes to them. It don't come to you. Or any benefit. It's going to go to whichever wife he's on. You all up in that man's business, and you mad, I guess, because he kept the house. He got to keep the house. Child, what is these are not kids, y'all. But these are the people that's telling you, sassy straights, that y'all got to come out of the download, be gay, take on SYCBM, and take care of the community. Y'all got a lot of work to do, child.
My question is,
SYCBMer. Who? Let me get this. Who is SYCBing her?
I'm a proud member of the First Wives Club.
That is the problem right the fuck there. I'm a proud member. Where are all the people that's going to be like, she'll pick me. I'm a proud member of our First Wives Club. Girl, this is an adult. She might be older than me, y'all. What are we talking about?
And my husband is on wife number 3 or 4. And I'm trying to figure out why after 20 years of being divorced, why is he on wife number and I'm single?
That's the question? That's easy because they're right. You meddling in his damn business and you ain't moved on. Because you're a proud member of the First Wives Club. And what's that get you? It don't even get you daggone a piece of cake at the damn store. You think she's 60? Child, that make it worse. Child, that make it worse. You over here being proud of some shit that don't matter and still in his business wondering why he's married and you're not. It's easy because you haven't moved on. Now this is definitely y'all's responsibility because she didn't took too long. And you came to the Ace Metaphor show to ask this question. She came to the Ace Metaphor show to ask this question. Girl, go pay Cheyenne Bryant $350 and get 50 minutes of her damn time. She's twice their age probably for the most part. Asking these people the answers to the She's definitely proud of failure. Wow. She insufferable with that comment.
Because you're worried about what he's doing.
I was about to say that too.
Go ahead, Donnie.
No, ma'am.
Why are you even aware of what number wife this man is on?
Because he still lives in the house that we lived in.
Now, what does that have to do with anything? The girl said, why do you know? And she was like, because he still lives in the house that we used to live in. Girl, so what? So what? Go buy a house. Girl, go buy a new house. And I'm gonna need you to move out the state because clearly she probably riding by that house every day. She probably riding by that house every day, seeing what's going on, seeing who's in there. I wonder if he invited her to the weddings. Ooh. Would y'all go to your ex's wedding if they got married? Do y'all invite your exes to your next weddings or whatever? That's a good question. And listen, if you got married again, did you invite your ex or did they come? Or would you invite them if he was getting married again? I'm thinking that she probably wasn't invited. She probably wasn't invited. Yeah, she picking those, child. Absolutely. No. Hell no. Why gotta be hell no? I want to come. What are you talking about? It's like, I don't think I want to come. Not caught the bouquet. She caught the bouquet in all the weddings. Woo! And it's still 20 years, y'all. That's madness. 20 years. 20 years, y'all. That's life. That's life. Wow. This is hypothetical, boo. Just hypothetical. But that's crazy. That's crazy.
Do you live there too?
No, ma'am.
That is no longer your home.
Yeah, then why mention it? I thought she was gonna say the same thing, that she lived there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. No. Okay.
That's his home with his second wife, his third wife, and his fourth wife.
See, listen, I'm not gonna also, like, if I was gonna be out and be looking to get married again, I'm not moving into a house that you share with another woman. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So sell that shit, use the money, but I'm not living there. You got memories in this room, this counter, that refrigerator, this toilet. No, no, I'm not moving in here. No. New house. These people crazy. I can't do it. That's just me, though. That's just me.
You are still single because you are following behind his business. You have not spiritually disconnected, emotionally disconnected, or mentally disconnected.
If you're his garment and you don't say what he did as to why you really got a divorce, and you allow him to have wife number 2, 3, 4.
Allow? You're his garment? What is that? What? You're his garment? What? Hold on. Girl, you talking gobbledygook. You need Cheyenne Bryant. She needs Cheyenne Bryant.
Or mentally disconnected.
If you're his garment and you don't say...
If you're his garment, that sounds biblical.
What he did as to why you really got a divorce, and you allow him to have wife number 2, 3, 4. Allow?
All right. First is the title. Mm-hmm. You say you're the first wife versus his ex-wife. All right, that's the first piece.
I call him my husband.
Right. So first piece.
How old is this person? I mean, I know y'all said she's 60. She sounds like she's trying to be, what is it? What's the age that women allegedly don't go past? 14, 15? Child, why does she sound like she about 7 years old? That's wild. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay. This is weird. This is weird, y'all. This is what y'all are supposed to come in SYCBM up. Okay? Y'all are supposed to come SYCBM this up. And see, this is another example, because I told y'all, it's mainly women that come to the show. That's right. I got one more I need to say y'all. It's mainly women that come to this show. And if people like Ruby Rose and Dondre and Funky were paying attention to this, they wouldn't be saying just straight black males. Who's in charge of the community? Who runs the community? Women. Who is out here at the age of 60 some odd years old calling a man that's been married 2 to 3 times since you a husband and talking about you allowed him to marry other people when you have no control over nothing? See, this is the problem with most of you biatches, you hating hoes, is that you think that you control something, and the shit you should control, you don't, and the shit that you have no control of, you want control of. And so that's where you spend your time, energy, and effort at, and then you don't grow. Then you're out here looking crazy, out here saying dumb shit, and these people think this shit is cute and funny, and it's stupid. It's stupid. She is absolutely thinking that man is going to come back because he's going to say, you know, you was my first and you're the best because you're the best and I know you're the best. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. But my main point, seriously, is that these are the people that think that they can tell everybody else what to do when we're seeing every day that these people don't have the sense that God gave them. I said that, I meant that. Down to Meg Thee Stallion, not to keep bringing that shit up. She did all this publicly for an 8-month relationship. She did this all publicly for an 8-month relationship, and not even a full year. Not even a full year. They ain't even got a kid together, and you over here crashing out and sending statements and going to TMZ and all that bullshit. That's crazy. That's crazy, and this is crazy-er.
Piece is you'd have to divorce him psychologically. Okay. All right. And then you have to set, whenever we're talking about heartbreak, you have to set a date for healing. All right. And when it's hard, because let's keep it real. Has anyone ever struggled when someone broke up with you? It was difficult for you to move on. I mean, everyone laughing. All right.
Not 20 years difficult.
When you, but it's still there. It's still there.
No, it's not. No, the question was, has it ever been difficult to break up with someone? Yes, it is difficult. But guess what? That's life. It's also difficult once you get fired. It's also difficult if you lose income. It's also difficult, I'm assuming, if your spouse dies or if your mom dies or your dad dies. Everything can be difficult. That does not give you the right to think that you control anybody else and to keep that trauma forever and push it upon other people. He probably is being nice about it, or maybe he's still clapping, but why would he? If he moved on, why would he do that? Just because he can? I don't know. Maybe y'all do. I don't know. But it would seem to me, I don't think he is, honestly, listening to her, because she's saying some of the goofiest things. And it's like, if he was still effing her, I promise you, I believe she would have said that. I'm a proud member of the First Wives Club. That's my husband. And then it was pushing back. She was like, but he was just over. I could just see her saying that. That's why I don't think he's doing it. That's not me absolving him because I don't know, but I'm just thinking that she would have said it.
It's still there.
Difficult. I am sorry.
Listen,
this highlights the importance of emotionally breaking up and divorcing as well. Because sometimes we physically break up with a person and we assume just because their physical presence isn't in our life, that emotional presence and that spiritual presence isn't there. And sometimes you got to shade the out of your heart. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of that, because if you don't, what happens is you now start to have a relationship with a ghost. Hold on, listen. You are loving the ghost of this man. And let me tell you something. You've been having this relationship with the ghost of who he once was. You call that man your husband.
Was my husband.
Hold on, listen. So you have had a relationship with the ghost of this.
She thinks that shit is cute. She thinks this shit is so cute. A lot of this stuff is really disturbing, y'all. And because the alleged sisterhood will not talk about women, they will go along with it and allow people like that woman that I showed y'all that were here, that came out for her birthday, ass out, and she looked like she older than me, more dimples than a damn newborn baby. But because nobody says anything, she thinks that shit is cute. And she looks disgusting. She looks disgusting. I said it, I meant it. Nobody wants to say anything to anybody. Let them do whatever, say whatever, live in their truth. But then you're going to turn around and try and tell men what they should do. And then turn around and say that everybody's sassy. But then you want them all to be out here crying, according to Dante. Child, if these people don't shut the fuck up, I'm moving on. Because now she's starting to piss me off.